Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Syafiah Zulaikha binti Saiful Yazan, and I am from class B8246 2A. And today, I want to present about financial ratio that I've chosen in my assignment. So let's take a look. Here is my slide. Sorry for the quality of the camera. Slide. So this is my financial ratio slide. So I choose Post Malaysia Berhad and GD Express Career Berhad as my assignment. Next slide. Here is the overview of my slides. So I have introduction of the companies, financial ratio analysis. We have 4: liquidity ratio, efficiency ratio, leverage ratio, and profitability ratio. And lastly, I have conclusion. I would like to introduce to you the company that I choose is Post Malaysia Berhad and GD Express Carrier Berhad. So firstly, the company that I choose is Post Malaysia Berhad. Post Malaysia Berhad is known as the first porter delivery service in Malaysia, with history dating back to early 1800s. As the world changes, so too does the business. Having a network of more than 3,500 touchpoints, more than 250 self-service terminals, the largest number in the country, offering Malaysia extensive retail network experience through its core business segments such courier, postal services, international, logistics, aviation, retail, and e-commerce. While for GD Express Carrier Berhad, they established in 1997, provide express delivery service for domestic and international. GDX operates a network of 222 stations comprising 75 branches, 1 affiliate, 55 agents, 24 lodge-in centers, and 67 reseller agencies throughout Peninsula and East Malaysia. Its core business segment is domestic and international carrier and other related logistic services. So both company that I choose is from the same segmentation, which is transportation and logistics. So the next slide is liquidity ratio. What is liquidity ratio? Liquidity ratio are an important class of financial metric used to determine a debtor's ability to pay off current debt obligation without raising external capital. Liquidity ratio measures a company's ability to pay debt obligation and its margin of safety through the calculation of metrics including the current ratio, quick ratio, and net working capital. Okay, I would like to compare Post Malaysia and then I will compare GD Express. Later on, we will compare the latest year of 2019 from both companies. Alright, so firstly, Post Malaysia in 2017 until 2019, in their current ratio is decreasing throughout the year, while the net working capital is decreasing from 2017 to 2019. So this indicates that the Post Malaysia has less liquidity to pay off debt. While for GD Express in 2017, their current ratio is 375.52 times than 2018, which they are increasing up to 50%. And then in 2019, they're decreasing up to 70% from 543.16 from 16 times. Alright, so while for the net working capital, GD Express increasing year by year. Okay, so this indicates that GDEX have less liquidity in paying off debt. While for GDI Express, the current ratio in 2017 is 357.52 times and increasing in 2018, then decreased in 2019. While in net working capital, they keep increasing year by year. So this indicates that GDI Express has high risk in paying debt off within 1 year. So let's take a look down here. So we have the chart, current ratio and net working capital that I've compared in 2019 from both companies. Okay, so in current ratio chart, the blue one is for Post Malaysia while the orange one is for GDEX. Okay, Post Malaysia is 1.02 times, that is lesser than GDEX, which is 145.86 times. Okay, so what is current ratio? Current ratio measured company ability to pay short-term obligation and within 1 year. Means that the company cannot, the company is not using their asset efficiently. Okay. While for net working capital right here, Post Malaysia is 232, while the next chart is net working capital. So right here, Post Malaysia is 23,251, while for GDAX is 352,785 times. What is net working capital? Net working capital measured that company liquidity, operational efficiency, and short-term financial health. So the higher the higher the times or the ratio means that the less liquid the firm is. So right here, GDAX has less liquidity than Post Malaysia. Next slide. Next slide is efficiency ratio or activity ratio. Efficiency ratio is a ratio typically used to analyze how well a company uses its assets and liabilities internally. An efficiency ratio can calculate the turnover or revival and repayment of liabilities, the quantity of usage of equity, and the general use of inventory and machinery. This ratio can also be used to track and analyze the performance of commercial and investment bank. So efficiency ratio, we have 4 of it, which is inventory turnover ratio, average collection period, total asset turnover, and fixed asset turnover. But for my assignment, I choose total asset turnover and average collection period. For Post Malaysia, its total asset turnover in the year of 2017 is 0.64, while in 2018 is 0.65 and decreasing 0.01 in 2019 at 0.64. This indicates that the company is good at generate income. While for average collection period in 2017 is 109.28 days, while in 2018 is 107.07 days, and 2019 is 107.39 days, which is in average is 107 days. This indicates that the average collection period for Post Malaysia is 107 days in 3 years. which is it takes a long time to take debt from their debtor. While for GD Express, the total asset turnover for 2017 is 0.07, while it's decreasing in 2018 and decreasing again in 2019. So this shows that the lower the ratio of total asset turnover indicates that the company is less efficient to generate sales. While for average collection period for GDEX is 0.4 days, and while for 2017 is 0.38 days, and 2019 is 29.77 days. This shows that GDEX have lesser days from Post Malaysia to receive own from its client. So right here we have total asset turnover graph, which is compare Post Malaysia and GD Express. For Post Malaysia, in 2019, the total asset turnover is 0.64, higher than GDEX, which is at 0.03 times. Okay. Total asset turnover is measured value of company sales relative to value to its asset. Okay. A total turnover asset indicates the efficiency of company using its asset to generate revenue. So Post Malaysia have higher total asset turnover than the GDEX. That indicates that the higher the ratio, the more efficient the company using its asset to generate income. While for average collection period, Post Malaysia have higher average collection period than GDEX, at where Post Malaysia is 107.39 days, then GDEX at 29.77 days. Average collection period is a period of timetable to receive a payment from its client or creditor. Or average collection period indicates the efficiency of its account receivable may practices. Okay, so the lower average collection period indicates the company collect fast and have a strict credit term. Okay, this indicates that the lower the average collection period, the lower the customer may seek, because they seek for the company that have lenient payment and long duration period time to pay the debt. We go to the next slides. Is leverage ratio. What is leverage ratio? Leverage ratio is one of the several financial measurements that look at how much capital comes in the form of debt or assesses the ability of a company to meet its financial obligation. The leverage ratio category is important because companies rely on a mixture of equity and debt to finance their operation, and knowing the amount of debt held by the company is useful in evaluating whether it can pay off its debt as they come due. So, leverage ratio or gearing ratio have three, which is debt ratio, debt equity ratio, and time interest earned. So I choose debt ratio and debt equity ratio. Let's take a look for Post Malaysia. In debt ratio, the ratio is higher, which is more than 1%. So in 2017, it is 33.12, and it's keep increasing constantly until 2019, which is at 40.89%. This indicates that the company is more liability than the asset because it is more greater than 1%. While for debt equity ratio, the ratio is 1.65% at 2017 and keep increasingly drastically until 8.19% at 2019. This shows that the higher the debt equity, that means that the higher the company is in debt. While for GD Express, the debt ratio is 0.24% and it is decreasing at 0.17% in 2018 and increasing at 2019 at 0.57%. GDEX have lesser than 1%, which is the portion of the company is funded by equity. While for the debt equity ratio, GDEX is constantly remains same from 2017 until 2019 at 0.01%. This shows that the company has no debt. Maybe the debt is very less. Okay, let's see the graph below. Okay, so this is the graph that I compare in 2019 from Post Malaysia and GDEX. So for Post Malaysia, the debt ratio is 14.89%, while for GDEX is 0.57%. Okay. Debt ratio, if the ratio have higher than 1%, that means that the company has more liability than assets. The higher the ratio, that means that the company has high debt and putting themselves at risk because of its loan or debt. Okay, the higher the higher the debt ratio, the higher the financial risk that company may accept, the company may effect. The higher the debt ratio, the higher the financial risk that company will receive. But if ratio is lesser than 1%, that means that the company is funded by its equity. Okay, while for the next graph, we have debt equity ratio, which is Post Malaysia is at 8.19%, while GDEX is 0.01%. So debt equity is if the company, the higher the debt equity means that the higher the company in debt. Okay, so but if the leverage increased by debt equity ratio, the shareholder should be benefit. So the last ratio is profitability ratio. What is profitability ratio? Profitability ratio are a class of financial metric that used to assess a business ability to generate earning relative to its revenue, operating costs, balance sheet assets, and shareholder equity over time using data from a specific point in time. For Post Malaysia, the net profit margin in 2017 is 4.67, decreasing in 2018 and increasing at 5.42 in 2019. This indicates that Post Malaysia have healthy financial management. While on return on asset, in 2017 it is 2.99, while in 2018 is 1.84 and then increasing in 2019 at 3.45. This shows that the greater the percentage company using their assets to generate earning high. While for GD Express, the net profit margin is increasing from 134.86 in 2017 to 2.02.68 in 2019. This indicate that the higher the percentage of the profit margin, the higher the health of the financial of the company. While in return on asset, GDEX had the highest percentage in 2017 at 9.33%, and then it is decreasing in 2018, and then it's increasing in 2019 at 6.75%. This indicates that GDEX using its asset efficiently to increase their earning. Okay, let's take a look on net profit margin, the graph right here. Net profit margin for Post Malaysia is at 5.42%, while GDEX is 202.68%. The higher the profit margin, the higher the financial health of the company. The company may expand their net margin if the company may expand their business if their net profit margin is higher. So right here, what I can conclude is GDEX have more profit margin than Post Malaysia and can expand their business well in future. While return on asset, okay, on the graph return on asset, Post Malaysia is at 3.45%, while GDEX is at 6.75%. This shows that GDEX has higher percentage than Post Malaysia. The higher the return on asset means that the company using their asset effectively to generate income. So the higher the ratio, the better, because company earning more money on less investment. Okay. So here is the last slide, the conclusion. In overall ratio, GDEX has better financial health compared to Post Malaysia. This is because GDEX can counter the debt from increasing in every year and effectively collect the debt from creator in fast period. The firm also has low asset compared to Post Malaysia, but still managed to distance from debt. A success firm have to avoid from debt that can bring deficit to firm. Also, a R&D need to be done in every quarter of the year to maximize profit. That's all from me. Thank you.